June is dead, which means that all the big companies have shown their upcoming games for the year. Normally, companies would show their games at E3, but since that died, some have swooped in to make the sequel to E3, while others have decided to do their own thing. Either way, we get trailers from most companies, which is all that matters. Recently, everyone's decided to show their trailers in the form of a direct, which is basically a comically long video, about 40 minutes to 2 hours, of a bunch of trailers that attempt to get you interested in wasting money on their mediocre product. Nintendo was the pioneer of this format, and they've been doing them since 2011. They've refined the format over time to the point where there's very little downtime, and the trailers are nice and short. There are some trailers that overstay their welcome and make me want to get back to playing Animal Crossing New Leaf on my Nintendo, but they get on with it eventually. And, like everything else in the industry, everyone decided to copy the format and use it for their own trailers. PlayStation has their State of Play every few months, Xbox has their Showcase once a year, and Jeff Keighley has the Summer Game Fest. Guess how often that happens. There are a few others that I haven't mentioned, mostly indie ones, but for the purpose of this video, we'll mainly be talking about the ones I mentioned before and staying as far away from Ubisoft as possible. But now that everyone's shown their trailers for the year, what's there to do now? Buy the games? More often than not, I'm not interested in the games they're showing. I think there was one game I would buy from the Xbox Direct this year, and maybe a few more from Sony and Nintendo. And guess what? I knew this full well going in. You might be wondering, then why did you watch them? Well, the answer's pretty simple. They're just fun to watch. It's fun to see what new games are coming out in the future, which gets people hyped up and keeps me distracted from my comically large backlog. It's fun to watch a trailer and try and guess if the game's from an already established series.
Wow.
It's fun to see all the ideas that developers come up with. This year there was the Dynasty Warriors game that looks like how the series always should have. There was the open world dress up game, which is cool and quirky. And the new Zelda lets you use things in the world to your advantage. And it is also the first game to tell the truth. And as for the trailers themselves, if they're done right and aren't just cinematic trailers, they're fun to watch. Xbox shut off the next Doom game, and the gameplay they showed looked awesome. And you could say the same for the Mario and Luigi game, which I can't decide if it looks like a beautiful painting or if you gave DreamWorks a $5 budget. And if the trailers aren't fun to watch, it's fun to make fun of them. This year, PlayStation showed Concord, which everyone made fun of because it's the most basic run-of-the-mill FPS of all time. And they spend a third of their time showing it. This game will sell 3 copies. And if a trailer is boring or if it's for a game that's already been shown before, which Summer Game Fest was guilty of, then it's the perfect time to take a break, go outside, make a sandwich, do something besides watch the trailer. You know, out of spite. Every time that June comes around, I'm excited because it means that everyone's showing off what games they have in store. And, more often than not, I'm more interested in the trailers than the games themselves, which I'm okay with. I don't watch the directs looking for the next game I'm going to take out a loan for, but if there's a game that I'm interested in, that's a bonus, not what I expect. I love watching directs, even for the company that I don't care about, and having them as little as they do helps to build the hype around them, because it's an event every time one happens, and it's fun to watch all the announcements as they happen. I mentioned a few games that were shown this year, but there was also Wander Shop, which was made by the guy who made Stanley Parable, so it'll probably be good. Ballad of and that is either going to be the next Elden Ring or it's going to be free-to-play slop. Metroid Prime 4 is real. And if they did directs forever, I wouldn't mind. Even if they do them after the gaming industry collapses, I wouldn't mind. Hello and welcome to the Post-Apocalypse Direct. Here is our first announcement. Yeah!